Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. If you like gobbling dots, climbing ladders, jumping on platforms, and shooting alien invaders, you came to the right channel. So thanks for tuning in to this video on 7 reasons the Intellivision Amico might not be for everyone. Now, or might not be for you. Now, I'm looking forward to it because I like the idea of casual games, of remakes of arcade classics, of reimaginings of original Intellivision IPs. I'm really excited about, for example, the remake of Astrosmash, which I played, and it was a ton of fun. Astrosmash is an amazing game back in the day, and the new version is fun too, so I'm all on board. But I realize some of you are not, and I want to go over 7 reasons why the Amico may not be for you. It just might not be a console that you're all that interested in. So number 7, it's late. It's coming out in October this year, but that's going to put it over a year late. Now, for whatever reason, for some of you guys, and I've read this post online, I've seen comments on my own channel, that's a deal breaker for some of you. That's just unforgivable. Now, for me, better late than never. I mean, I'm going to wait for the Amico, and whenever it comes out, and I believe it will be out this October, but if something horrible happened, or for some reason there was another delay, I'm still on board. But I realize for a lot of you guys, you're just tired of waiting for it. And I know some of you have canceled your pre-orders, but I haven't. I'm better late than never. I'm still excited for the Amico. So anyway, that's number 7, just because it's late. Number 6, now this is probably my biggest disappointment with the Amico, even though I'm still getting it, is that it doesn't have a cartridge slot. You can't play your old Intellivision games on the Amico, your old cartridges, although they are gonna have they are going to have the original games available for sale that you can download to your Amico, and I think it's maybe 3 or 4 games in one download. However they're going to do it, you are going to be able to play original Intellivision games on your Amico. You just won't be able to plug in the original cartridges. Now, the CollectorVision Phoenix, the Amico is not the Intellivision version of this. See the cartridge slot here? You can play original ColecoVision games on here. You can't play, you can't plug in your cartridges to the Amico. So when I first heard about the Amico, a couple of years or so ago, that's one thing I kind of thought it might have, but unfortunately it does not. But that's not in their vision, and that would add more cost, and that would be very niche. Tommy wants the Amico to appeal to parents and little kids and everything. And yeah, he just assumes that retro gamers will be into it. And he does appeal to that market because he's been on a lot of channels talking about this. But that doesn't go far enough for them to have a cartridge slot on the Amico, unfortunately. Still, I'm on board. All right, so if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and that like button. I would really appreciate it. Number 5, if you absolutely insist on a traditional controller, like a joystick, something like for the Atari, or maybe something like the Super Nintendo controller with a D-pad, or even like PlayStation 2 with the dual analog sticks, just a more traditional, normal controller, because the controller for the Amico is very unusual with the dial and with the screen you use, the touch screen. It's very unusual. But I have actually played the Amico and I've used this controller. It took a little bit of getting used to it first, but it actually worked out really well. I enjoyed using the controller a lot, but it may not be for you. But I would recommend that you try it out before you discount it altogether. That's number 5 in reasons why the Amico may not be for you. Number 4. Now, this particular reason isn't huge for me because these games I'm going to mention aren't at the top of my list. But if the biggest titles, some of the most popular IPs in the industry, like Pokemon, like Call of Duty, like Rocket Knight, like Minecraft, if these games are important to you, the Amico may not be for you because it's not going to have them. They're not going to have, these multi-platform games that come out for the Switch, PS4, or PS5 and Xbox Series X. They're not going to be on the Amico. So if it's really important to you and you don't care about the games that are coming out for the Amico, if just these big titles are what gaming is all about to you, the Amico may not be for you. Number 3. Now the graphics might be a deal breaker for you. If you just can't stand 2D graphics and you only want to play these big cinematic games, these story-driven games, you might think the Amico just is too primitive for you. Or conversely, If retro gaming to you means like 8-bit style graphics or 16-bit style graphics, which so far they said Amico's not going to have that style of graphics. Maybe you don't want to play the Amico. Maybe just the graphical style that you've seen with games like Astrosmash and Night Stalker and just a bunch of the other games that I'm looking forward to. Maybe they just look too primitive for you or not retro enough. So that's number 3, the graphics. Number 2, you just simply may not care about casual games and arcade style games. Now, I can say for me, I'm not that interested in the casual games that the Amico has promised, like Farkle and card games and things like that. But I am looking forward to cornhole. I think, on a rainy day or when it's just too hot or too cold to go outside or whatever, or I'm not somewhere where there's a cornhole set. I think that might be fun. I think that might replicate some of the Wii Sports type action, with the motion controls. So I'm looking forward to cornhole, but there's a lot of casual games that they've talked about for the Amico, the family games, board games and stuff like that. Not for me, but I am looking forward to the arcade style games, like reimaginings of Moon Patrol, which I played and enjoyed, like reimaginings of Breakout, and like some of the old, updated versions of some of the old Intellivision games. I am super excited about that. If you are not, I understand, and the Amico may not be for you. Number 1. Now, number 1 is another one that doesn't affect me that much. It is no online play. Now, for a multiplayer console, and when the company Intellivision is emphasizing multiplayer action, you might think that online play would be a given, but it's not. They've stated again and again that they're emphasizing local couch co-op, and they want this system to appeal to parents because so the kids will be there in the living room or the bedroom or whatever, playing games with their friends, with their parents, and not interacting with strangers online. So all these things that are perceived negatives, and maybe you just consider flat out negatives about the Amico, there's a strategy behind it. There's reasons for each of these things, about the Amico that some of you consider negatives, and there's a couple I consider negatives, like the fact that there's no cartridge slot. But regardless, if gaming to you is getting online and playing, these are a little outdated because they're for the 360, but if you're into Call of Duty and Halo, and I know a lot of 20-somethings, and I've talked to them, and my son is one who most of his gaming consists of playing Call of Duty online, and that's just a huge percentage of the time. If that's your thing, if online gaming is your number 1 consideration, I understand that the Amico may not be for you, and that's perfectly fine. Anyway, those are 7 reasons that the Intellivision Amico is not for everyone, or it might not be for you. Let me know in the comments a reason that the Intellivision Amico is not for you, or that you don't like about it, and let me know in the comments a reason that the Intellivision Amico is for you, or that you like about it. Just be polite, just be civil. I keep negative comments visible. I'm not opposed to negative comments. Just keep it polite. We're adults here. We can act like adults and communicate in a civilized fashion. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. We will talk to you in another video. If you're a fan of my work, you might want to consider supporting me on Patreon. For just a low fee each month, you get a lot of extra content. Another way to support the channel and my writing career is to buy books direct from me, including the 100 Greatest Console Video Games, the Classic Home Video Game Series. It's like an encyclopedia set. And this massive bad boy, the NES Omnibus Volume 1 A through L. I will put links in the description of this video where you can buy books direct from me and where you can support me on Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.